I just want to say, Jazz, that as far as the remorse, I have a great deal of remorse. I got a lot of people that look up to me, and I don't want the last place for them to see me is in jail.
Man, what came first, y'all, the sucker or the player? Cause the way y'all get down now, I'd rather be a square. What happened to the days when we could just spit bars? Nowadays it's all about being killers and forming cars. We gotta take it back to the days when it mattered. I can murk you with these verbals, but it was just a rap battle. Now y'all get all your feelings hurt. Now y'all wanna put in work. I don't understand it, bro. You and them little children shirt. We different with the element that complements the melanin. Me and Jazzy, so chuckify. Go on, tell him, man. West Coast legends with legendary material. Lynch mob affiliates. Yup, these dudes original. Behind the bars, get ready for chow. Flash the light, flag the tower. I'm ready right now for the next 90 minutes. Real talk, no gimmicks. For hip hop junkies and homies that get visits. Yeah. OG.
That's J-Dee. So chuckify.
Jazzy D.
So chuckify.
Jazzy D.
That's J-Dee.
Oh, yeah. You know what time it is? It is West Side time up in this motherfucker with
I just
J-Dee
want to say, Jazz, that as far as the
behind
remorse,
the bars. Man, I was just going to let that shit roll, play it back, run it back. I'm feeling good tonight. Dude, we've already been talking to our guests in the green room. Legends in the building tonight. It's going to be dope as hell. And we're going to just jump right into it. And, you know, I could introduce one of my co-hosts, but I'm going to let you watch his latest video from this hot-ass album, West Coast Boom Slap. This is different. Check it.
You think about great people. You think about people that they write stories about. And these great warriors of the past, and these great people. What makes those people different? Why are those people special? Those people are known for one reason. It's because they are fucking original.
You're not tuned into the best of the best, Mr. West. Special requests, a rapper not like the rest. To be specific, my mission and definition is instant that when I touch the mic, that
one of these motherfuckers different.
The views are in, you're tuned in. Tell a friend that in the end, the same old shit won't win, cause none.
Motherfuckers different.
If I said it, Mr. Reddit, and the same old shit won't get it. You're from Ray's, just a phase, and I'm unapologetic. Flows,
different.
Voice,
different.
Banging when I slang it, you can hear it from a distance. Beats,
different.
Hooks,
different.
No matter how it looks, it's gourmet when we cook it, nigga.
Which of these kids is doing his own thing? Come on, can you tell which one? Can you guess which kid is doing his own thing? Guess before my tongue is run. Which of these kids is doing his own thing? Come on, can you tell which one? Can you guess which kid is doing his own thing? Guess before my tongue is run.
Yeah, my style and my flow. When they come, they sound I still. It took 30 years to understand what we was doing here. But have no fear, just let us steer. My shit is top tier. Your shit is basic, so let's face it. Shit is garbage, let's replace it with this gutter, grimy basic. Rap city, finally made it. I sound like no one, and it's showing. Fans is growing, easy going. Thanks for glowing, showing such as no one. Flows,
different.
Voice,
different.
Banging when I hang it, you can hear it from a distance. And beats,
different.
Hooks,
different.
Knowing what it took, you baking soda when I cook it, nigga.
Which of these kids is doing his own thing? Come on, can you tell which one? Can you guess which kid is doing his own thing? Guess before my tongue is run. Which of these kids is doing his own thing? Come on, can you tell which one? Can you guess which kid is doing his own thing? Guess before my tongue is run.
Anyone can be good. But if you want to be great, if you want to be special, if you want to try to get to that next level, it's going to take that much more effort.
Now that song is done.
What in the actual fuck, y'all? That shit is the bounce. I am telling you right now, Jazzy D is a talented mother effing brother. And here he is right now. Jazzy D, what's up, playa?
So Chuck the Five, what it do, teammate?
Dude, I'm just over here bouncing. Like, that shit's dope. That shit was so dope.
Appreciate you.
I mean, the way you were playing up with the graphics, with the video, and you had to chop that shit up. And, dude, that shit is so creative. So cool, man.
Thank you, man. I got to shout out DOC for that, man. Turning me on to Sesame Street because that's where we got the hook from. So shout out to DOC, man.
The DOC?
The DOC, brother.
That's what I'm talking about right there, dude. Yeah. Love the DOC. DOC, fucking legend.
Yes, he is, brother. Yes, he is.
Oh man. You know, what's funny on IG, he's C-Doc. And I told C-Doc, I'm like, you're gonna have to talk to the DOC and tell him that you need that fucking name.
Yeah. We definitely got to reach out to him, see if he'll come get down on this J-Dee Presents Behind the Bars, man.
Hey, you know y'all can hook that shit up.
Yeah, we definitely gonna reach out, see what we can do.
Off here. That's what's up. You know, speaking of J-Dee, the last time I checked, I was on top of a fucking building, bro. Getting my grizzy. I love these daily grind videos, dude. I'm gonna pull one off of IG and show it. If y'all aren't following J-Dee on IG, you need to do it. J-Dee is free. J-Dee is free. Welcome to the stream, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious, man.
Hey, long live Coolio. A Star is Born. Rest in
Hey,
peace,
J-Dee,
Coolio.
I thought you was bullshit, dog.
Nigga, I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying, bro. Chuckify, what's up, teammate?
What's up, player? Hey, I just got your text message. We can pull you out if you need to do something.
No, I said keep me in, coach. I need to go in. I gotta say something about DOC, but before I say that, I gotta say something about different. All them views you got, other than the one that Chuck just did, they're mine. They're my views. That's how many times I watched that motherfucker. It was many times I watched that motherfucker. That motherfucker dope, bro. I mean, it's like it's so cool because the bars, you like, man, and then you like flow different, and then you got the nerve to bring DJ Pooh in. Off Who's the Mac? One of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Is that DJ Pooh?
Yeah, that's DJ Pooh from Who's the Mac.
I always wondered where y'all got that.
Yeah,
all right, so that was original then. It wasn't from a movie.
Yeah, that's DJ Pooh from Who's the Mac. When we did Who's the Mac in 1990. And then
JD, we had a ball at that video shoot. Remember that video shoot?
Man, that video shoot got hectic quick. that video shoot was in three locations.
Yeah.
It was in 3 locations. The downtown location was cool. Behind Chevy Hills Park and out there in West LA, that was cool. But when we got to Washington and like Cimarron, nigga in the 20s came out and was like, blood, you niggas got 9 minutes to get y'all bitch asses up out of here. And I was like, man, I know whoop-de-whoop. It was like, cool, then you got 10 minutes. I thought telling you y'all might want to finish this part. Motherfuckers didn't know. We was filming that part at the gas station with the janky ass dude at the gas station.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we had guns on us.
Yeah, real talk.
We had guns on us, bro. We had pistols on our possession, but we had shit aimed at us too. It was some real shit going on at that video.
It was some real shit.
A lot of people don't talk about that part. Yeah? We almost didn't get to make that video.
Yeah, real talk.
Didn't get to make that video, bro. Swear to God. Hey, my mic ain't too loud, is it?
No, it's perfect.
No, it sounds good.
Hey, but you said something about the DOC. Y'all can go to any archive, any pictures, dig up anything from the lynch mob. You'll never catch me in a motherfucking Raider hat. Never. You'll never catch me. You'll never catch me in a Raider outfit. Never. Yeah. But you know why? You know what you would catch me in if you dig deep? Los Angeles Kings. Why? Because that nigga DOC. That nigga was the hardest motherfucker rapping to me at the time. Yeah.
Even though Cube and Ren was like violent with their pen,
Yeah.
the DOC had a flow and he had an energy. And I got the chance to see him at Celebrity Theater in '89. You know what I'm saying? You know, right before the accident and all that old shit. You know, and when he came out with high energy, form with the wisdom, I was like, oh yeah. This wasn't no dub. He wasn't singing over shit. This nigga was really doing his stuff. So shout out to the DOC because you the reason why I'm rapping. You and Run DMC.
Real talk, real talk.
Shit.
Hey, you know what's funny too, man? That was crazy. I forgot what show it was. You could probably remind me, man. What was that show we did? That big ass show in Long Beach. I think it was at the sports arena. And that night, the very first night, DOC came on stage and he got booed off stage. You remember that shit?
What was that?
That was the same night, you know what I'm saying? The Hoovers came to the tour bus. Came to the bus.
That wasn't Long Beach. That was Anaheim, wasn't it?
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, that was Anaheim. Yeah, that wasn't Long Beach. I was like saying when the Hoovers came to the bus because it was my nigga Yachty and them from 11 Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Yachty and them and Lobo and them niggas came to the bus. You know what I'm saying? And do knock on the door. I was telling Cube, I said, man, it's like 40 niggas outside. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to these niggas, bro, because nigga, I've been fighting these niggas since the 6th grade, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we might finna get fucked up right now. We might finna have to squabble our way out some shit. I'm serious as the motherfucker. Y'all laughing. But at the time, I was like, bro, I got fucking 16 motherfucking bullets. It's 40 niggas outside this bus.
Hey, that's why I'm laughing, because I remember that shit like it was yesterday,
Hey, man, my nigga, Lil Kipper and them, Yachty them, Lobo and them, and a couple of more motherfuckers, bro, that I knew, Frog and them from 7-4. They was out there that night, bro. And they the reason why we had that good night and didn't get into a whole lot of shit that night.
Real talk.
The niggas actually had our back.
Yeah, real talk.
That's some crazy.
They just wanted that one particular nigga off the bus.
They wanted that one particular motherfucker, Dale Ryan. I'm gonna say the nigga name. They wanted my nigga Dior. They wanted Dior ass off the bus. I told that nigga Dale Ryan, you better go to the roof of the bus. You better go to the roof of the bus, the emergency exit, you piece of shit. Dale Ryan said, fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck that. Don't let them niggas on the bus.
Yeah.
Man, I said, boy, this shit was hectic.
How old were you? How old were you at that time?
20. We had to be about 22. 20. What was that? What was that? 90? 91?
Yep. That was like 90, late 90.
I was 22, bro. So that's you, 1918. Yeah, I was 22. Hey, so look, if we go live right now on YouTube, Channel 0, people can see this. At J-Dee presents.
What?
I'm asking you, if we go live right now, if people go live right now on YouTube, Channel 0, J-Dee presents Behind the Bars, they can find us.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I'm telling everybody right now. YouTube. Yeah. I want to send something, man. I want to send something out to Jazzy, because Jazzy just asked me too, man, how can people see this shit? They want to see this. I thought I sent you the link. I gave him the StreamYard link, fellas. What's the other one?
Yeah, that's the link I asked for earlier, Chuck the Five. I can send it to J-Dee or you can send it to him. You don't mind.
I sent it to y'all. You're talking about the YouTube view link.
Yeah, we need a YouTube link so we can send that shit out there.
It's in the group chat.
Yeah, I posted it on my Facebook page too. So if they looking for it, they can go to my page. It's
okay, cool. There you go. It's on Facebook, y'all. Tell a friend, tag a friend. That's real, for real, bro.
Who we tagging?
I do it, you know what I mean? And I'm an old head. And I do it. You know? We don't make no excuses. We don't make no excuses around here, bro. If you hungry, if you really hungry, you better make your ass something to eat.
Yeah.
That's how we are.
So we want to know about Behind the Bars. Tell us the meaning of both of those.
Like I was saying last Wednesday, bro, Behind the Bars is twofold for me. Behind the Bars is me asking Jazzy, why did you write different? What did you mean by, my flow is different? My walk is different. You know what I'm saying? And we could tell, me and you may already know those answers, but what do you mean by that? Why were you inspired by writing those lyrics? Now that's behind the bars. What's behind that? Is it because of this, this, and this? I'm not going to answer the question I want to ask. And then also, bro, behind the bars is to shed light on my partners who's still behind that wall, bro. Some of them free inside. Some of them still locked up inside. Some of them falsely accused, bro, with too much damn time to do. And they need to have some laws modified. And I'm the platform and the voice for them. I ain't going to forget them. I ain't going to forget them. I ain't gonna forget that because it ain't a whole lot I could do for them. I don't have the money. Like if I'd have came home to a big bag, I would have put together a fund for them. I already had a plan on, in case I came into a big bag, but the blessing didn't come that way. So if I'd have got like 100,000 or more behind the bars, would have been a nonprofit. It'd have been my motherfucking nonprofit. I would have 501c3. This motherfucking pulled y'all to the side and see if y'all wanted to be officers and help me run this bitch. So behind the bars is about feeding families who got people locked up. You feel me? At some point in time, I'm going to motherfucking solicit to some of these people. I ain't scared to ask rich people questions. I told you that before in a private conversation, Jazzy. I told you that before in a private conversation. So Chucklefied, I ain't scared to ask no rich people shit. You can only tell me yes or no. I'm not offended by no. I ask the police every day, hey, can I go home today? And he said, come on, Coop, man. This shit's starting to be too much, man. You've been saying this shit for 5 years. And so it became like sad to him, but the psychological game that they was playing, I was playing that shit right back. Nigga, y'all ain't finna flip me on no mattress. Fuck y'all. You know, hey, can I go home today? I knew when it was time for me to go, they couldn't stop it. So behind the bars is about everything I just said, you know, writing, the music, the families, the cats that I left behind. How was I able to still write inside of a tuna can with so much heat at the back wall? You know what I'm saying? What inspired lyrics in the cell? What was those lyrics about? Is the behind how many niggas I know that's left behind? My essay brothers, my Asian brothers that write bars. You know what I mean? They spit, bro. Yeah. And they got some shit way harder than this trash out here, bro. I'm swear to God. Yeah. So that's behind the bars. I really want to interview Jazzy one week, bro. I ain't lying.
Yeah, and for real, yeah.
And bring fucking Stone on and let Stone co-host while we interview Jazzy, because Jazzy has a catalog, bro, that take me back so far. I want to know why. There's a lot of shit I want to know why. Like Jazzy was the voice that kept me alive. So it's a lot of shit I want to know, Chuck. And right. behind the bars gonna present that.
Well, good, because I got the first behind the bars question for you. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
You can't put me on the spot, Chuck. I ain't even got no drawers on. I just got a t-shirt on. You can't put me on the spot, Chuck. I ain't even got no drawers. I'll take the shower.
You ain't got no drawers. Yeah, some nice clean drawers. Yeah, come on.
Stuck to the seat. So.
Oh no, I didn't need that.
Yeah, that's a fucked up visual.
Yeah. So listen, I think I know the story, but at some point you had a turning point inside, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable talking about that? If not, I won't ask the question.
I don't live with shame, toxic or otherwise.
No. I'm just saying, man. I'm just trying to respect your boundaries.
Yeah. Well, shit, you ain't got to. I am. I'll tell you where the line's drawn at.
All right.
If I tell you to stop, shit, you'll know you're getting close. If I fire on you, you knew you crossed it.
All right.
That's the best I can say.
All right.
That's the best I can say, my nigga. Shit. No, but shoot, I love you, bro. Everything open. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, when you went in, you were one frame of mind, right? You just came off of being convicted and incarcerated, and then I don't know how long into your sentence you had a kind of a moment where you kind of did a 180. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I did almost a 180. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit. I ain't on parole no more. So
I know. I understand.
I ain't on parole no more, so I ain't gonna say this shit out loud. I ain't gonna say this shit over the airways like this. But yes, I'm gonna stick to the facts. 2008, my mother died of breast cancer. And the worst thing in the world that a nigga wanted to motherfucking deal with while he in prison or in the county jail is the loss of his loved one. And then the worst thing in the world that ever happened to a motherfucker in the world is to lose his mother and not be able to bury her. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you and your mom was tight. So mom passed away in 2008. And mom was abusive as a motherfucker when I was a kid. We grew up on the east side. She didn't give a fuck about whooping your ass. And if somebody died, if Dazzy mama called down the street, or Dazzy grandmama say, Peggy, what's wrong with these boys? and we get a phone call from Dazzy grandmama or Dazzy grandpa from down the street that we down the street fucking up, that's an ass whooping for free from them. They can whoop us. And then when we get home, we get in the whooping. And so, bro, I was real traumatic, bro. I took that shit out the house, went to the streets, became a gang member, became a criminal, became a drug dealer, all kind of shit. Every antisocial motherfucker behavior you can motherfucking adapt to. And so I did that for survival reasons. Fast forward, catch the case. We could talk about that at a later day because I do want to talk about that. I want everybody to get the facts. I want people to really hear the truth. But Chuck, this shit didn't happen on no 5th year. You know, when he got locked up, year number 5, he became a model prisoner for 20 years. Man, I was in that motherfucker for like 21 years, bro.
Really?
Saying fuck the police, fuck everything, fuck everybody, still with a sack, still with a phone, still angry and mad. And then this thing called LTOP, Long-Term Offenders Program. It was a pilot program from Texas Christian University. It was a voluntary program. And they came into the motherfucking prison up in San Luis Obispo that looked like a fucking college to begin with, and they offered this shit to us. You know, it's like, hey, it's cognitive behavioral therapy. So I was like, what the fuck is that? A fancy word for just saying, nigga, think about what you finna do before you do it? And so I made that comment to them inside of a church, and like the whole church got quiet and was like, man, it just had to be this nigga J-Dee. It just had to be this nigga J-Dee. Because I thought it was a gimmick they was trying to sell, but they sold it. And so I volunteered for it. My counselor told me to do it. My lawyer told me to do it. And when I got in that motherfucker, I had my arms folded, angry, mad. Fuck y'all gonna talk about. Fuck if you want to get in my business, folk. Defensive. Didn't understand what non-verbal communication even entailed. And so they start to peel back this layer of what we called an onion of our lives, bro. And I start to see that all this shit that I went through really wasn't my fault. You know what I'm saying? And so if you really forgive the motherfuckers who put you through that shit, bro, at some point in time, you just forgive them. And really forgive them, then that's like letting like luggage go that ain't even yours. You know what I'm saying? So you just get to move on, my nigga. But you got to move on with this. I can't be mad at nobody about nothing because I forgave them. So what do? You start to figure out why was I thinking like that in the first place. What, bro?
I got a question, homie. I know. And it's a beautiful question because it goes hand in hand with behind the bars, right? We talk, my nigga, the whole 28 years, you know, sporadically, right? Between you getting moved around, me moving from home to home, we would always reconnect like every 3, 4, 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I respect about you, my nigga, is that your pen got better every single time I talk to you, my nigga. And my question is, what did you do with your mind state to have you allowed you to stay so fucking dope and get better as time got on, my nigga?
I used to blame people, homie. You know, I knew what Ice Cube was doing when he hooked me up with him, bro. I knew like a lot of my style and my flavor and my stories was going to end up with my homies. You know what I'm saying? And so it was nothing to get mad at. But I used to really be mad, bro. And it kind of tie into what I was just telling you and Chuck a minute ago. And so I just kept writing and writing and writing. So I sent Jazzy D a song. We're going to talk about that. I sent Jazzy a song. And he was like, man, this motherfucker hard. He said, we're going to start some shit with this, D. I said, well, you wanted to start some shit. And that's like 2000. I was in Salinas Valley on the level 4180. It was turned the fuck up. We just got into a riot. The whole pen locked down. I'm about to get transferred. And so while we were slammed, I was just anger. And it was an outlet. It became cathartic to the point to where I was like, I ain't even mad at shit no more. It became the perfect outlet. So the stories came. And I got 2 songs that's out right now, bro, that are hella old. And they probably do sound like that. But a lot of shit, bro, is just, I see shit. I watch you. I watched us 30 years ago. And I said, imagine us 30 years later, what the fuck we can say. Because what we said back then was, it just had people still talking about it for 30 years. Mm-hmm. People talked about me and you for 30 years, my guy. Mm-hmm. For 30 years, they talked about that fucking freestyle in the goddamn studio. Is that Jazzy? Is that MC8? Who was that next to MC8? Is that Jazzy? And I just, man, over and over and over and over and over for fucking 18, 19 years. So I knew right then and there. I said, this dude is hip hop. And he from Western. And you know what? I never accepted being in prison, homie. I never accepted the time. They said you got 29 to life. I said, I ain't got to do it. I did 28, though, them sons of bitches. You know what I mean? But I said, I ain't got to do it. I ain't got to do it. You might have gave it to me, bitch, but I ain't got to do it. You know, shot fingers at the judge. Shot fingers at the judge. The homie smashed on the lawyer, got 15 bands back. Get a homie back some money so he can have some money on his books, bitch, before we come downtown and run up in your office. That motherfucker said, I got a check for you and I don't want to deal with you anymore. Fuck it. We got 15 bands back. We got 15 back, but I just love writing, homie. I love Western.
Yeah.
Western tell a story. Western tell a story. Western tell a story, homie, from Palos Verdes to Los Feliz, where the motherfucker turn and take you to Echo Sound. That's how far Western run. Western tell a story. I have been on the Western bus as a kid that far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With a bus pass from Boys Morning.
So you talk a little bit about your city then, right?
Man, my city, man. My city, a motherfucker. My city's like the home of the slimy ass, wet ass South Central Shermstick. And they don't play. You know, people come out there and the first thing they do is hit Sunset and Melrose. Like, oh, LA ain't shit. Man, if you come past the 10, motherfucker, skin you alive. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
Skin you alive, bro. So my thing is this. Man. You have to have passion about this music. It's not enough money in it to stay doing it. You understand what I'm saying? The beauty of it is to perform it. That's the beauty of it to me, is to perform it. And so I used to write and only have cellies and only have other inmates who wrote come to the door. You would knock on the door. Let me get a shot of coffee, blood. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Come in my door yelling blood like that, nigga. Throw this nigga some coffee. Hey, you want to hear the shit I just wrote, J-Dee? So this would be my blood partner from Pacoima. This would be my blood partner from Swines, from motherfucking Luda's Park, Peru. You know what I'm saying? And these is this fucking skyline in San Diego. You know, metal motherfucking view up in fucking Sacramento. You know, I could point out all these bloods. Shaka from motherfucking Garden Block. These is Crips and Bloods with bars. And so they had bars. The yard would meet up from time to time. The yard would meet up when shit was good. The yard would meet up on a Sunday evening if we had night yard. And everybody got a sack and niggas is blowing in his hot cups of coffee and Pruno and White Lightning out there on the yard. And whoever got some bars is gonna spit them. And I used to come with lynch mob shit. I used to have some angry shit, but I never dissed the mob. I dissed T-Bone and Shorty once. You know, because I said T-Bone and Shorty was like Bugsy and Lefty. You know what I'm saying? They was like Bugsy and Lefty to me. You know, I could have been motherfucking, you know, motherfucking Mine Lansky, the Jew nigga. You feel me? But then I felt like they left me because I loved them niggas so much. I wrote one diss song and I said, I can't never put that out. I tore it up. And then I just stopped being mad. Stopped being mad at the homies, bro. But I love hip hop. I love this shit. And I love my soldiers I left behind because I know what we've been through. I know what
that's a perfect segue to take a commercial break and y'all can check out what he's talking about.
Hey, the Chill. Hey, Chill, you always got some shit. That's why I love fucking with you, Chill. You always got some shit going on. Shout out to DJ K-Style. Out from the sunny Los Angeles, the shit stay lit like a million fucking candlesticks. This is the city where niggas don't trip over your logo, your whip, and your bitch. We go get money by flocking and robbing. You niggas weenie like Batman and Robin. Always be capping about paper and pussy. I ain't a killer, but don't push you. My city full of niggas that don't play no games. Real G niggas don't say no names. From the crypto center to the Hollywood side. Nigga like me, keep a Hollywood grind. Front back Chevy, candy painted hole. Fuck with the essays, the rip put you in the game, and I'ma put you on your knees. Teach your little ass about playing with a man. Sent the little bitch all the way to Japan. Bitch touchdown, bro, plus you kicked the field goal. Came back with years slow, bitch was a real hoe. This is the shit that I love. Deposit the hundreds, give wifey the dub. Hit Holly Park and show homie some love. Fill up my tank and I'll slide to the hub. Hit Holly Park and show homie some love. Fill up my tank and go slide to the hub. My city keep a nigga on his toes. My city let you play with your nose. My city got the weather and the weed. My city says better if you leave. My city got no fly zones. From the Queen Mary to the SoFi Dome. My city leave you flat in the streets. My niggas don't fuck with police. Yo, the chill. Nigga, you done did this shit again. Hey, K-Style. Nigga, you done cooked up some shit in that lab. Hey, nephew. Corruption. Young Gotti. I love you, hood. You some real motherfucker. My city. 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 The fuck out my city. My city.
Lynch Mob, DPG, Compton's most wanted.
My city.
You ain't welcome here, my nigga.
My niggas don't fuck with police.
Dude, that fucking shit.
Man, my niggas don't fuck with police. You know what? Let me do something real quick, y'all. I told my boy I was gonna do this today because I love him so much. I want to talk about.
Hold up, let me get you in there. There you go.
Right here. This is that Good Day Kush. This is that Good Day Kush powered by Cavi Mike. I told Q for sending me a couple of boxes. I tell him thank you live, and then I told him I wanted to tell him thank you for that Friday Kush. You know?
Oh, wow.
And he sent me about 200 motherfucking pre-rolls because he said, you like smoking weed, huh? So shout out to Ice Cube for the Friday Kush and the Good Day Kush, powered by my nigga Cavi Mike.
Damn.
But this ain't no motherfucking pre-roll. This is a he rolled it.
We can tell because it takes up the whole fucking camera, dude.
It's a he rolled it. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
I got a question for you.
Ask me, Chuck.
I got a question for the community out here too that's listening and watching tonight. Since you didn't call me back, I go on my break 1 o'clock, dog. I'll call you. I'm sitting there. He's paying me back from when I left him online that night.
You know what? I really want to apologize. My mustache got a little grayer today because it was like 1:09 at 1 o'clock.
Oh,
and the first
man.
fucking thing I could think of, you know what? I gotta go get this fucking AC compressor. I gotta go fucking do this shit at lunch. I gotta fucking try to talk to Chuck. I gotta talk to my fucking wife. I got a fucking hour to do it. And then, whoa, I was like, you know what? Let me just do one at a time and then get to my man. I looked up, 7 minutes. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give him the time he deserved so I can hear exactly what it is he got instead of trying to skim over these words, bro. And guess what Jazzy just texted me and told me, man? This shit just touched my motherfucking toenails, man. He said, Ice-T just said to tell you I'm proud of you, D, and I love you. He just texted me just like 2 seconds ago and said, Ice-T just got at him and told him to tell me I'm proud of you, D, and I love you. And I'm going to salute the shit out of Ice-T. I got a story so cool about behind Fat Burgers, man. Oh, God damn it. I love
Shout out to Ice motherfucking T, man.
He's a fucking legend, bro. That motherfucking real street. That's a street nigga that made good with his word. He made good with his word. He is not to be played with either. That is the big homie.
I owe him too. I think I owe him $100 from a bet, homie.
You know what I'm saying? That is the big homie. You know, but man,
Nancy Kerrigan on your ass.
Shout out to him, man. You know. But that's real. We skimmed over that cognitive behavioral therapy, bro. And that's behind the bars. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to show motherfuckers how to forgive the people that fucked over and hurt them. You don't mean go back and fuck with them. Just let that bullshit luggage go. Forgiveness is the gift you give yourself. I'm going to say it one more time. Forgiveness is the gift you give yourself. When people that done piss you up 10 years ago, you still mad at them, man, let that shit go, man. You holding on to a suitcase that ain't even yours. Let shit go. I want to show motherfuckers how to do that so you can live free, bro. You ain't gotta have a whole lot of money. You ain't gotta motherfucking go sell your soul. You ain't gotta compromise shit and be no greedy, sellout, hungry, dog ass motherfucker. Just live free. Free from trauma, bro. Free from drama, bro. And anybody who approach you, bro, air their ass out. Go ahead, go sit down somewhere. You know, stand your ground. Stand your goddamn ground. When you blameless, bro, you could do anything. Just be blameless, bro. Being nice is a choice, Chuck. Be nice, Chuck.
My name is So Chuckified, and I'm a white man.
You're a white male, and he's nice. He's a white male, and he's nice. He got a cassette tape. He got a cassette tape behind him.
I wish I had my homie Stacy on here. I do some stuff with him on the side. Shout out to my homie Stacy Brooks, doing Black in the Bluegrass, what it's like to live as a black man in the state of Kentucky. A little shout out for him.
Kentucky. My wife just asked me why you sound like you from Kentucky. Because he is from motherfucking Kentucky.
I don't know how she can hear it through my northern accent.
What you mean your northern accent? Man, you sound like you raced thoroughbreds. 2-year-old thoroughbreds.
I wish. No, man. This show is going to be bananas. I'm so happy we're doing this show.
Man, let's get our boy on here.
That's what I'm talking about. Jazzy's like, these motherfuckers going to talk all night.
Further ado, let's wear this ass
Hold
out.
up.
Because I got a question I want to ask him.
All right, hang on. All right, we got one thing we got to play. This is related to Jazzy. All right.
Oh shit! Yeah, let J-Dee play that shit.
All right, here we go. Let's see if it works. I can't remember if this works. We'll see.
Before there was a Medina. Before there was a Big Mama. There was a triple OG named Gangsta Granny. West Coast finest and gangsta as fuck. If you don't know by now, you're about to know. West the fuck up, West the fuck up, West the fuck up, West the fuck up, West the fuck up. Hey yo, this J-Dee. Check this out, right? Woke up this morning with a voice message. You'll never believe who the fuck it was.
Hey, Sax, pick up the phone, you nigga. Pick up the phone, nigga. This is Granny. Yeah, I know you know who this is, damn it. Don't be bombarding me. Don't be bombarding me. I know you see this phone number popping up on your cellular phone. This Granny. Where you at? I know you know who this is. Anyway, nigga, pick up the phone. We need to talk, nigga. We need to talk. I need you to go to the liquor market and get me some Henny, some Coors Filter Kings, and some brand new motherfucking Chucks. I ain't never had to buy no Chucks, but I need to get my walk on in the new video you're doing. I heard about the 7th letter. You got King T and a lot of heavyweights on there. The West is back. I'm tired of all this bullshit. It's Granny, baby.
The liquor market.
Give me some Henny.
And some cool Filter Kings. And some cool Filter Kings. And some brand new motherfucking Chucks. I ain't never had to buy no Chucks. New video coming out. That nigga said the new video coming out. And I got to get my walk on. Shit, that motherfucking crazy. That motherfucker crazy. And he had mixtapes. That motherfucker had mixtape. The mixtape in the early 2000s. I was like, what the fuck you doing? He's like, man, be on my mixtape, man. Call me from the pen, be on my mixtape. And I'm gonna tell y'all that, man, I ain't gonna say shit. Man, bring that motherfucker on.
Yeah, bring Jazzy. Where Jazzy at, baby?
I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say shit.
Man, that was nice, man.
Man, bring that. Yeah, you said
that was nice, man.
I ain't gonna say shit. Hey, this motherfucker roll with me, bro. Chuckified, I bullshit you not. From the year 2000, he found me. To the day I got out of prison, motherfucker pulled up in a Challenger, hand me some cash and a brand new pair of Jordans and said, nigga, welcome home. You feel me?
That's
The
what's
whole
up.
time I was gone, Chuck, the whole 20 years from 2000 to the time I came home. Man, I had this 819. I dial this number right now. I dial this 818 number right now. You know, and so first of all, thank you. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Much success, much love. I'm proud of you. You embody every motherfucking thing that I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And them the only kind of guests I'm kind of chasing down right now is the cats who embody everything that I'm about. My first question to you is, you know, I know it's a long day. We're going to wear your ass out. We got a whole bunch of historical questions to ask. How fucking old were you when you start doing this hip hop shit? Because you was at Uncle Jam's Army when I was at Uncle Jam's Army, bro. You my big bro. That's what motherfuckers don't know. You my big bro.
14, seriously. I'm talking about traveling in the clubs. I was 14, man.
You know, 14 years old.
14
years old. What motherfucking club did you start out at? You talking about you was 14 years old in the club? What club was you at?
Man, you know what? The popular clubs back then, Osco's, Sam Watson, man. You if you watch a lot of the boxing that's going on right now, you see Sam Watson in almost every big fight. You see Sam Watson in that ring, man. Sam Watson used to run a club called Osco's by Beverly Center, man. And I used to go up there and get down sometimes. And it was a dude named, I think the dude name was Myron, man, from the jungles, man. He told me about Osco's, man. I'm trying to remember his name, and he gonna cuss me out if I bump into him. But he took me up there, man, and then I would go up there quite a bit. You know, J-Dee, I always was tall for my age, so you know, I don't remember if that was a 21 and over club, but I went in there and ripped it at 14, going on 15, man. And I wasn't as serious until I went to club radio. I'm jumping ahead, but 14 when I knew this was something I really wanted to do, man.
That's crazy, bro, because you shout out Osco's. Osco's was Osco's Discos, you know what I'm saying? In the late 70s. And we used to steal G-rides and shit and go up there and hit licks and shit. And it was in the Beverly Hills area. And so I've been in there one time, bro, and got kind of got ran out that motherfucker because I just didn't fit in. And you was always fly, bro. I mean,
thank you.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, when motherfuckers was wearing cross cords, they was late. It was late because you had been had them. You know what I'm saying? You was in the sweaters and Kangos and shit and loafers and shit on your feet, bro, and with hands. So you know what I'm saying? Niggas looked at you like shit, man. This dude is one of us. You know, but you talk about Radiotron. What year was it? Because you were the original. You was one of the originals up there. I couldn't even get in Radiotron. I couldn't even get up in that motherfucker.
No, if you know, that's why a lot of people question my age because I was around OGs when I was young teenager, man. Ice-T, you know, I won't. You know, this story can go on and on, but Ice-T is the one who put me in the game, really, who really let me see. And I hope I sent him the link to listen because you have radio and then you have Radiotron. I won't get too deep into what's going on with Radiotron because I'm blessed to have experienced that, but I wouldn't have experienced Radiotron if I didn't run into Ice-T, Africa Islam, The Glove, you know, Shawnee Sean, Shawnee Mac, Randy Mac, you know, a lot of the cats, they were older than me and I looked up to them. Rest in peace, Beatmaster Vic. You know, Beatmaster Vic was the one who kind of pushed the issue. I wouldn't say pushed the issue, but one day he was the one who asked Ice. He said, Ice, this little, you know, Ice always embraced me, man. It was something about me Ice took a liking to, man. And I was surprised this night because Beatmaster Vic kind of went to him and, you know, hey, Jazzy, want to get up there. And, man, this I'll never forget, man. He telling the nigga to come up here. And I went up there and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today because Ice-T let me get on that stage at Club Radio before Radiotron, you know. And some people, you know, well, sometimes I'll be talking to people and they say, Jazzy, you don't have to push it that hard. He said, we knew you was there because there's so many niggas writing themselves in that wasn't there, man, and it kills me, man. So sometimes I'll be feeling like I have to really express my, you know, like tell them, really push the issue like I was there. And they, when I'm talking to Hen G, Evil E, and Ice, they say, Jazz, we know you was there, you know? But he let me rock that stage that night. That was the first time I rapped on. I've rapped in front of people, but that was my first time rapping on stage and getting that kind of I was a little, youngster, man, and my voice was different. And man, I ripped it, man, and to get the love that I got from the OGs, and these was players and gangsters. And man, they embraced me. And from then on, man, and I wasn't no buster. I wasn't just no rapper, just loving rap. I was a street dude, but never got affiliated. But Ice, man, I talk to him to this day, and I always thank him, man. Like, thank you so much, because man, that inspired me, man. And here we are, man.
I love that, bro. I fucking love that. And see, that's why I say I shout out to Ice. I did a little. I was on the roof of a building, bro. Like all this motherfucking week, bro. Last couple of days, I just been going live on the building, roof of a building by my job, like talking about you, bro. Get ready for him. This boy been around so long. I mean, like true historian. One thing I like about your beginnings, bro, they were humble. You were humble. You don't lie about nothing. I mean, everything that you talk about be straight factual. And I be like, man, bro, you know what? Sometimes it's almost, I don't need to hear you preaching to the choir. You know what I mean? Because I heard it before, and
you heard it a lot.
I heard it before, and I was there most of the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And the cool thing about us, when we met in like what, 89, 88, 89, 87.
No, we
had already met. We had already met.
But yeah, what you said, how we, yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna jump the car because I've been saving this last little shit I'm gonna save for 85. But I was watching you, bro. I was at the shit. I was at the playpen. I was at Veterans Auditorium. I was fucking with them fools, bro. Cluso them. Rest in peace, bro.
Rest in peace, Cluso.
All them cats. Battle Cat, when Battle Cat was like down the line of the lineup. He went at the top of the lineup. And no disrespect to my brother, because Battle Cat is a genius in his own right.
I got a unique story about Battle Cat, man.
But we go back, to Tony G days, you know what I'm saying? The Julio G days, you know what I'm saying? K-Day days. And like, Battle Cat came up under that. That didn't even go to my boy Jazzy, bro. Jazzy D, a student of all of this shit.
Yes.
He's a student of all of this shit. So I'm not saying no foreign shit, you know what I'm saying? Where he like, I was there. Shit, he was there.
He definitely was there.
All three of us got kind of three different stories, three different ages about those fucking places. And so I just kind of watch how you've been labeled everything, but you are non-affiliate. I used to call you a tuna. When I was in the joint, I used to call you a tuna. He's like, what the fuck you calling me a tuna for, man?
I remember.
I said, because you a turned up non-affiliate, nigga. Shit, you a turned up non-affiliate. And so he just laughed at that. But I used to be like, I know you grew up in the Brims. I knew about that story.
Yeah.
And you knew so many cats in the 60s. I mean, from the 30s to the 100s, you knew everybody.
I knew everybody.
From the 20s to the 100s. Shit, from the 20s to the 100s. I'm talking about Fruitown Brims and all them cats on that end. From the 20s to the 100s, you knew everybody. You never gangbang. How in the fuck did you navigate South Central Los Angeles with us with no gang ties?
Hey, man, and I'm so glad you asked that, man, because this is the first time I'm going to get really deep in it, man. And when I talk to the youngsters, man, I can talk from this side of the fence as far as being a non-affiliate. And I think a lot of people get a misconception of what a non-affiliate is. They know, some people know the real niggas know what a real non-affiliate. Some people look at it as a square, but when I was younger, I used to think because I wasn't affiliated with the red or the blue card that I had to prove myself. Like, so that's why I'm known for getting down with these hands. And sometimes I would overdo it, holler at the top of my lungs, make them think I'm crazy. But I didn't even have to do that because I was gifted. Because if I didn't choose music, I would have been a very successful fighter somewhere. But I chose music. But the thing is that trips me out, man, my blood partners, my Crip partners that was older than me, they never influenced me to put a gun in my hand and go put in work. They seen that I was talented. And not only that, they seen the talent in me and they said I was smart. So younger, when they said I was different, I was like, what these niggas mean I'm different? But they seen something in me before I could really see what it was. And this was before my music career really took off, because I would get around. I don't care if a nigga was J-Dee, I don't care if it was a person of blood, Crip. If they wanted to get down, I wanted to get down. But back then you could fight and kind of get away with it and didn't have to worry about no other repercussions. But what we called it was squabbling. I was a squabbler. I got down, win or lose, you know. But I took the music just as serious as I took them. You know, I was a street dude, but just never got up under no car. But to answer that question, man, a lot of my blood and Crip partners, man, they said, man, stick to your music. And they loved hearing the stories. Got to remember, I was the first dude from my neighborhood that got on a plane and went to New York when New York was the break dance and the hip hop mecca. So when I come back home, them little Bloods and them little Crips wanted to hear my stories. These were real stories. So I was their star. You got to remember, I was on the radio before hip hop is what it is today on the West Coast. I was doing, I made records before, you know, you got to look. And we can either get to that, but Ice-T did 6 in the morning on the label that I signed to before King T, before CMW, Techno Hop Records. I was the first artist signed there. So shouts out to Ice-T because he always tell me, man, if you don't share this information, it's gonna go to the grave with you, Jazzy. And basically, you preaching to the choir because I get on the phone with him, you, Dazzy, you know, and I'm always talking like I'm talking to somebody that don't know my history. So it's platforms like this, man, that I love getting on, man, because I'm not, J-Dee, you used to always be on me like, Jazz, you got to let niggas know your history. Because for a lot of these youngsters, Glasses, G Malone, I got to shout him out. He's very, very interested in the history, you know, and he got mad at me one time. He said, man, I talked to Lonzo, and Lonzo was like, man, you cool with Jazzy. Ask Jazzy. He was up under us, you know, rest in peace, Lonzo. I mean, rest in peace, Roger, from Uncle Jam's Army, man, because I was up under them dudes. And I hear people, I was at Uncle Jam's Army. You got to remember, I've never drank or smoked in my life. I remember, especially if you was a up-and-coming celebrity, I remember who was around us, man. Shouts out to Bobcat. Bobcat used to make sure I was safe coming in to a lot of those events, put me on the list, and the rest is history, man. I was there. Uncle Jam's Army, I never missed a show.
Not a show.
Army did.
I hear Feeler licks for them shows. I hear Feeler licks just to go to them shows. Just to go to them shows. I hear Feeler licks and Jury licks just to go to them shows. I'm a hustler like my nigga Fat Rat there from Harlem.
Yeah, man. I seen Fat Rat come. Hey. Fat Rat. Hey, J-Dee, I was talking to Fat Rat. I love it. He told me, you got to keep it solid. I said, man, he said, man, you don't give me no impression other than keeping it solid. He said, man, I'm going to tell you what my folks told me. I never ran, stole, or told. Man, that's the most realest. That fit me perfect. I ain't never ran, stole, or told.
You know, and that's kind of hard to do, bro. Like, that's another question I wanted to ask you.
Come on, man.
You know, the thing is this. A lot of us have this childhood trauma. A lot of us come from these traumatic upbringings. A lot of us come from places where, you know, to cope with some of that shit, the first thing we did was go grab a can of 8-ball or go sneak up and grandpa's liquor cabinet and shit. You know, that was the scope of coping with, you know, trauma. And here it is. No gang affiliation. No substance abuse.
Never.
Graduated from high school. You know what I'm saying?
On time.
Employed for 20-something years.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who in the fuck does that grows up in the heart of South Central? You like the motherfucking rose that grew from concrete. Only sometimes that's just how I look at you. So a lot of times when I wanted to call you, I never did. I said his family life, the way he structured is, before I invite him to destruction, I'm gonna follow that nigga path.
You sure did, man.
That's the kind of mindset I had. That's why I'm take what Chuck said earlier, full circle. I'm gonna bring everybody up to it. You know, got rid of the mindset of destruction, bro. And like, you know what? There's some good homies out there. There's some good homies out there right from where I'm from. And what I'm gonna do is not let them rot by the wayside. Every opportunity I get. That's why I love Battle Cat. Battle Cat he's so regimented. You understand what I'm saying? That I can fucking set my watch by it.
Hey man, man.
You know,
not to cut you off. I wanted to say this about Battle Cat before we go. Man, check this out, man. It's when I was younger, Battle Cat, rest in peace, Cluso, and it was this other little cat named Mario, man. My grandmother lived on a Brim block. I'm talking about Bloods, 59th and Dinker, right behind the Slauson swap meet. This ain't and you know how people fabricate. If Battle Cat was on this interview, he could. So Battle Cat Rest in peace to Battle Cat's brother Sean. So look, I won't name the brims, but these were some real
dudes,
brims, and
real
J-Dee,
dudes.
And one thing about my Crip partners and my brim partners, they said, man, you've never ever disrespected us. Everybody that know me from a kindergartner up until now know I've always loved blue. But when they say, Jazzy, where you grew up, and I tell them, they respect that because they say, wait a minute, he could have said anywhere. Because look, check this out, man. It's so many times Battle Cat, for one, I made a little, I won't say a lot of money, but I made a little money young in life. So I invested in turntables and drum machines and all that. Battle Cat would come. I was the only one on my side in my neighborhood that had techniques. I had the speakers and everything, but my grandmother's house, J-Dee, I don't know if you remember, if you've seen my grandma, is a little bitty house. So next door, my friend Plum, rest in peace, he died not too long ago. He had a bigger house. So I took all my equipment over there. But look, my brim partners, they knew this was years ago. This was in the 80s, man. So Battle Cat and his brother and a few of his partners would come over, even though they wore blue. They said, man, if you coming to see Jazzy, you good. But basically, come do your thing. And, you know, never had a problem, man. And I say that to say my brim partners, my blood partners, Crip partners, I made, you said it earlier, J-Dee, I used to make mixtapes, the real mixtapes before the 90s and the 2000s. So 5/8, you think, look, I lived on 59, right around the corner is 5/8. Then a couple of years later, you had the 5/5s. You go further up Normandy to 61st Street, them is Bloods. Past that, 8 trays. Just thinking, this is real, no lie.
This is everyday life.
Yep,
this
8 trays.
This is every day.
8 trays, Menlos. I won't name names, but this is and if it's people on this, they know I'm telling the truth. They like, nah, them dudes was enemies. Look, and sometimes one of my brim partners would come to my grandmother's house to buy a tape, and one of my Crip boy is walking out the yard. They'll kind of look at each other, but man, to this day, I don't care what choice of colors I want to put on. They know, man, I ain't never brought no disrespect. They know I love the music. And it's people that's locked up that I still communicate with, that's Crips and Bloods, that say, man, you still doing it. They say, Jazz, I still to this day don't drink or smoke. I've never knocked it. All my partners do one or the other, but they never influenced me to get in even my Blood and my Crip partners, they said, stick, you already a fighter. We know you ain't no punk. You ain't never brought no disrespect over here, you know, but they know everybody that's coming over with me was affiliated with this music and love music, and they know, hey, rest in peace to Battle
So
Cat.
let me ask you this. That's a good place to segue. Mm-hmm. Everybody affiliated with you love music. Now, before I take you up 2 steps, let me take you back 1. Yeah. What happened as a youngster for you to be in the fucking position to introduce the big homie Ice-T to beautiful ex-wife Darlene? Because that's a fact right there.
Hey man,
that's a fact right there. I know for a fact you introduced them.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Hen G and Evil E. I was at Radiotron.
Shouts out to Hen G and Evil E.
Yeah, so check this out. And no disrespect to Darlene, she got it wrong in her book. She put that I used to write raps for. So I used to write raps for Darlene. Everybody know my penmanship, because one day I was writing some stuff. I won't explain that whole situation because there was other people involved and out of respect. But I was writing my verse because Ozrock, rest in peace, Ozrock. He was a well-known East Coast breakdancer that came here. He was in a lot of movies. He was in videos. Ozrock. So it was a song called Breakdance Coast to Coast. This guy, he was a bass player for a lot of well-known groups. His name was Silver Flash. And they heard, because everybody liked my voice, the way I used to rap, and I told stories. So this song, it was a Silver Flash and Ozrock song. I wrote a verse to it, and they was like, who wrote, my penmanship to this? I have real good penmanship. So they was more interested in the penmanship. And I said, well, look, y'all looking at the way I wrote it, listen to the rhyme. So to make a long story short, Ozrock wound up having to do a video, a show somewhere. And he said, hey, just put Darlene on it. So I wrote her a verse. And we met at the Radiotron, and I was so she wound up being on that song, but she was a regular at Club Radiotron, not radio. She had never came. So Ice-T, we did a video to it. Rest in peace, my boy from the Unique Dominoes, Lil Tough, Diesel and Fantasy. They were actually there. And Ice-T, I called him that morning. And I said, hey, man, I want you to be in this video. He said, no, I think, let me take that back. Henji and Evil E, because when I couldn't get in, we didn't have no cell phones then. I couldn't get in contact with Ice, so I hit up Henji. And Henji was with his brother. He said, man, we got a bunch of stuff to do today. Little bro, if we could stop by there, we're going to stop by there. He put Ice on the phone. When I say that was my idol, because I knew Ice, you know. So Ice got on the phone. He said, hey, little bro, if I can make it, I'm going to make it. If not, I'll let him them or whatever, you know. So make a long story short, we wound up doing our parts, me and Darlene, and that's still on YouTube to this day. The day I introduced Darlene to Ice-T, that footage is still on YouTube. I think it's Jazzy D /Radiotron. But so Little Tough with the Unique Dominoes, he came to me. Me and Darlene had just finished our part, and he said, Ice-T outside. I was excited because I knew he came for me. Because in her book, she didn't even know why Ice was there. He came because I
What year was that? What year was
84. 1984.
So check this out. 84, I was in fucking 11th grade, 12th grade, and 85 I graduate, right? I graduate 1985. 1985, I graduate high school. I'm in the top 5% of my senior class. My auntie blessed me with a fucking shopping spree on Rodeo Drive. And it's some motherfucking tickets to the motherfucking Cool Jazz Festival.
Man, the highlight of my life.
Guess what I saw at the Cool Jazz Festival? Co-host, this motherfucker, Jazzy D, opened up for Midnight Star and like four other Luther Vandross, four other bad motherfuckers. I'm like, how the fuck you open
Atlantic
up
Star,
Atlantic Star,
Commodores.
The Commodore. I think Anita Baker. I think Anita Baker was there. I don't
know. I think so.
Anita Baker was there. It was four bad motherfuckers before him.
Yep,
85. 85. I'm sitting there. I'm at the third row. I'm right here at Jack Murphy Stadium. I'm sitting there at Cool Jazz Festival with me and my concert partners. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, ain't this some shit? This my nigga from Texas.
That was a highlight of my life, man.
And I sat back and I looked at that shit. And I said, whoa, look at this shit. Look at this shit. This Jazzy D. This Jazzy D. And he had a song called Whack Girl.
Yeah.
That shit. How did that come out? How did that song right there?
Hey, you know what, man?
How did you get to fucking Cool Jazz Festival? How did you get booked in that?
Shouts out to Tony Gonzalez, man. Like Ice-T influenced me to take this to a whole new level and be serious about it. Because I could pick up the phone and call him. I can go to his house up in Hollywood. That day I introduced him to Darlene. They wound up having a relationship and having little Ice. So for her to write the book and be the person that she is on podcasts and all that, I made that possible. But Tony Gonzalez, so Ice-T gave me the experience of rapping at Club Radio. And then when Club Radio closed down, I had the opportunity to be the MC at Radiotron until it closed down, which I don't understand how they doing, Radiotron reunions and not even involving me and Tony. But hey, it's platforms like this where we're going to put the truth out, all these people that never came to radio or Radiotron. But man, look, my big bro, Tony was a Latin guy, like he's Spanish dude, man, and embraced that.
That's my bro.
So Tony introduced me to DJ Unknown. And that's how I used to go up to Makona Records and seeing how that whole situation worked when they was doing the vinyl thing.
The bullshit machine.
Yeah, exactly. We can get into that too. But so Tony, me and Tony had did an EP. I don't know if they called it an EP. Then we did 6 songs, bomb songs, man. And hopefully I can find them because Tony would give me the beats. And man, I knew some people, because they only know me by Jazzy the Man, if they don't know, I would have been on that LL because I always dressed nice, rocked the sweatsuits, and I told hell of a stories. And J-Dee, you the one who kind of got me out my shell because I never would talk about it. You like, Jazz, you gotta. We always
hey, bro. Look, bro. I don't never really be too quiet all the time. I really don't. Yeah. I just wanted to let people hear you. But you used to be fly as fuck. Yeah. This nigga be like a grown ass man everywhere.
Yeah, I was.
And this nigga like our age. Like I feel like a badass kid next to a grown ass man. And this nigga was the same age as me. That shit just it was crazy. I was like, this nigga just always been this grown ass man, but like knew the same rough motherfuckers come from the same raggedy pissy alleys. And I'm like, man, this motherfucker just was always, I don't want to say refined, but I don't know no other word to use. And you always had good grammar. You never try to talk stupid to fit in. You never was this so weirdo ass motherfucker who.
No.
The only thing that I used to get mad at you about, and this is the truth, and I always wanted to say this, and that's what I told you earlier today. What's off limits? The only thing I used to get fucking mad at you about is you have to stop fucking trying to tell these niggas and show these niggas and tell these niggas who you are. Your history speaks for itself.
That's true. That's true.
You Jazzy motherfucking D. Your history, your get down, it speaks for them. You always guys, just because I ain't from fuck them niggas.
Yeah, that's true.
You've been Jazzy since your grandpa gave you that game. You've been Jazzy for the longest, bro. You've been sharp since a little kid, bro. I don't know where that shit come from. You've been just sharp since a little young motherfucker. And so I say that to say this. The only thing that I look at is that why won't you document this?
Hey, shouts out to Ice-T, man, and Tony Gonzalez, man. I don't feel like I give them two dudes. I'm always shouting them out, and I don't think I do it enough, man. Because I know Ice hit me and say, man, I'm on the set, I'm doing this, and he always call me back, regardless of how big he is. I never looked at him as a celebrity, but Ice used to get on the phone with me and say the same thing. He was like, I'm always feeling like I gotta force my history on the people that know it, but then don't educate the ones that don't. So lately, if you notice, I've been, when you said you wanted to interview me, you and Dazzy, I said, man, I'll stop whatever I'm doing to do it because I'm on this now. Because my kids, my oldest son, he's in the music, and he knew I was involved in music. And my daughter, they know a little briefly about my history, but the majority of the young people that's in music now only know me as Jazzy the manager or Jazzy the administrator. They don't know me as being one of the first ones that was kicking these doors down, man. But you, Ice-T, where I get the flyness and the dressing and all that, rest in peace, Bruce. They used to have a car wash on Crenshaw, man. I used to look up to Bruce, man.
I love Brucey, man. I love Bruce. I miss Brucey, man. That's a whole nother story, man. I wish I could keep you here. I wish I could fucking handcuff you to that story because I love that boy. I walked up to that boy car wash one day coming from Crenshaw High. And I got kicked out of Crenshaw High right before I went to the school, Westside Academy, where I graduated. I hunkered down, and Brucey gave me a fucking QP of indica. I was like, what is this? This indica. I was like, ooh, put this in my backpack. I had a little Louis Vuitton backpack. I made it all the way to the Crenshaw bus with that motherfucker. I looked at everybody like they knew what was in that backpack.
I love that dude, man, because
he used to always have this little Wagoneer parked outside.
Yep, in the Camaro, that part blue Camaro.
In that clean ass Camaro. And see, back in them days, bro, we come from that era. You moved out of this music. You moved away from that. You said, fuck that. It's not enough respect and recognition in it like I wanted. You got to the administrative side of it. You began to when we started talking, you had G Malone. You was trying to get him out his big 3X t-shirts. And you kept telling me, I got to get my nigga my 3Xs out of these 3Xs. He don't want to do it. He just G'd up, everything G'd up. He had the beach cruiser shit. He had the beach cruiser shit. I love Glasses. Glasses blessed the shit out of my intro when I first came home.
Yeah.
And you make this transition. You started managing him. You managed the East Siders. You did things with Trey D and Goldie and them. You did shit for Glasses. You managed who else? You did shit for Melee. You did so much shit for Melee. You did all kinds of shit for Dub C. You helped bring Dub shows, and you've done so much shit, bro. How did you get to the administrative side of it and then educate yourself for all of us who need to know that before we run out of time?
All right, man. Yeah, we will pull it in. But man, so I got with QD3 and I started seeing some stuff that I wasn't comfortable with when it came to me reading the publishing stuff. And then me, Tunes, Dub, we used to sit in that backyard on Manhattan, and they would just sit and listen to me. And shouts out to Sir Jinx.
Man.
I would, the stuff I was talking about at that time, everybody was still interested in rapping and getting production. And I'm like, man, wait a minute. You know, you penning that stuff, you get writer's credit and you get publisher credit. So at that time, people wasn't ready for it. So when I signed the Quest Records, and I'm gonna make it fast, when it's time to us to turn our project, and it was a compilation called QD Sound Lab. And I wrote my stuff. When we had the meeting, when they gave us the little checks, I'm looking on the credit they gave us. That's when they give you a printout on. It was a printout. It wasn't on the internet. And I seen that it said Quest Records Publishing and all. We didn't get publishing or writers credit for the stuff. And I'm like, that's not right. But I couldn't be mad at Quincy and QD3 because the contract that they gave us, we signed off on that. Yeah. And that's when I said, you know, and a little before that, I embarrassed myself on K-Day, but I wasn't really smart on the business side. When that Whack Girl record blew up, Bobby Jimmy and Greg Mack start playing it every day. Because I know we kind of moved past that because me, Unknown, and Tony G was in the studio, and then Fly Girl came on, and that's when the Answer record stuff was real big. And they like, Jazzy, write some of that. And remember, I was fast. I said, play it. Tony played it quite a few times, and I wrote some little, you know, comedy song lyrics too, and answered that record. But to make a long story short, man, I said, you know what? This is what I want to do. I want to get on. I want to know this business side, because without the business side and without us really understanding the business side, we're not going to benefit from being artists. And that time it was transitioning into gangster rap. I was a street dude and all that, but I wasn't going to rap about a lot of the stuff that a lot of people started rapping about. So to make a long story short, man, and you know, J-Dee, when I get into something, I went up to attorneys' offices and they seen how serious I was. They was giving me $5,000 and $6,000 books, $2,500 books, and say, just bring it back. And I was bringing them back, and I wanted more books. That's why to this day people say, man, you have to have some type of law education. Nah, man, this is a 59th Street little dude off Dinker that really was serious about wanting to learn the business.
See, go ahead and ask that question, Daz. I seen your finger come up. Go ahead, Dazzy.
Okay, I appreciate you, brother. As a hip hop fan, man, of West Coast music, right, Jazzy?
Yes.
I got a two-part question for you, brother. One, who introduced you to techno hop? Was it Ice-T or was it Unknown? That's the first part of the question. And two, brother, can you give the order of how the artists that got on techno hop, like, you know, the first artist to the last?
And that's a hell of a question, man. So Tony Gonzalez, I met Unknown a couple of times, but I wasn't in a position to, well, I won't say I wasn't in a position. I didn't feel that I was in a position to approach him. I wasn't real comfortable with my skills and all that. Tony Gonzalez, the original K-Day mixmaster, Tony G, wound up being the DJ at Club Radio Tron. When Ice-T went on after the movie Breaking, Ice-T kind of started doing his thing, getting notoriety and everything. But that's a real good question, because Tony is the one who physically introduced me to DJ Unknown. And I knew Unknown, and it's crazy. Me and Tony was putting together. Then I don't know if they called it an EP. It was 6 songs, and I think this would we would probably be in a different situation right now if I would have put that out. So everything happened for a reason. Fly Girl came on with us in the studio, and we did White Girl. But Ice-T did 6 in the morning, like a year or two later. I was already at Techno Hop. King T came a year or two after that and did bass and all that. After that, CMW came over there. So that's why I love you, J-Dee, and all that, because I never spoke on that. If Ice-T is the godfather and the gangster of rap, the label that took him to that next level where he did 6 in the morning and Dog in the Wax and all that, Lil Jazzy was there. Now, he took the West to a whole different level, but there's people that laid the foundation, and that's why I shout out you guys all the time, because I was too humble, and I was always, hey, make sure you do your publishing and this and that, but I wasn't speaking on my history. And there is a lot, and I stand to be corrected too, because there's a lot of youngsters that say, you know, hey, I went online trying to find some of your old stuff, and me being too business oriented, I took all that stuff down. But I'm glad I did, because now when I put it back up, everything will be right. But I still should have left it up while I was in the process of doing that. But to answer the question, I was the first artist. You didn't Dazzle Daz. A lot of people came after that, but I was the first little youngster over there at Techno Hop. Period. Point blank.
I love that.
The second part. What's the
I
second
love
part?
that. You ain't gonna name everybody that just who got signed and then got kicked off the label. You just
No,
named
I just wanted the first part of the chronological order. You feel you
I was the first one there.
Yeah,
Then 6 in the morning came and he did Dog in the Wax. Ice went on. Then the Dezzle Daz. I might be pronouncing this right. He came. Then King T came over. You know, I won't know the time span, but I was the first artist on
at that motherfucker. At that motherfucker. Hey, what can we have our listeners and our viewers expect from you to come? What's coming in the future from Big Jazzy and Jazzy Management, man?
Man. For once again, shout out to Ice. There's a documentary coming, a book. I'm already, well, you know, I've been on the book for a while. I was procrastinating, finishing the book, man. And I always got to send my love to Tony Gonzalez, man, because Tony Gonzalez, man, first one got me on TV. I opened up at the Cool Jazz Festival and got some nice money back then. And then opened up for Lisa Coat Jam. And I mean, I sent you the flyer. It's a lot of stuff, the 87 Fresh Fest, you know, so all that, Ice-T sparked the flame, and Tony Gonzalez, man, Mix Master Tony G, man. And he's such a humble dude, man. Jazz, you know, man, I did that for you. When a young dude grew up on a block where one side is Crips and the other side Bloods, to hear a Spanish dude, I looked up to Tony. To this day, I look up to him because you know what? He would swoop up on my grandmother's block and tell my grandmother and my mother I got him, and they knew I was going to be all right. And I'd be with Tony all day, man. You know.
So I just want to say this. Shout out to Tony G. Shout out to Julio G. They was together the other night.
Yes.
Me and my boy was hollering. I was sitting in my
studio. Love them dudes, man.
Hey, I love them. I love them. They veterans and shit. And Julio G, he used to keep my motherfucking name alive on Westside Radio.
Yeah.
When I was sitting up there in Tehachapi.
Love Julio G, man.
I was stuck in the motherfucking snow for 3 years, man, up at Tehachapi, man. And Julio used to always give me a shout out, name his Soul Assassins.
Hey, that's another dude that they don't give his props. Me and him used to damn near sleep up at K-Day, 1986. Me, Julio G, Tony Gonzalez, whenever they did the Mixmaster show, I was up there watching them. This was before K-Day blew up like it blew up. Me, Julio G, Tony Gonzalez, M-Walk. I mean, a little before, I don't know if M-Walk.
But DJ M-Walk. That nigga said M-Walk.
Yeah,
I ain't even heard nobody say that name.
We used to be up there.
Where can our followers and shit follow you at, bro?
I haven't been that active on social media. I haven't been because I'm a little disappointed. But I mean, I'm Jazzy Management on social media. I'm very seldom on Twitter, but we got a thing that we're working on called Dropping Gems, man. Like it's going to be like our West Coast Jack the Rapper, but on an educational side. Because at first I was going to give up and say forget it, but it's still some youngsters out there that need this game, man. Because I'm not going to go too deep, but you know where I'm going to go. We have $500 million sitting up on unclaimed royalties that's sitting up, and I'm trying
Black
to
box royalties. You told me about that. Now, can we get you to commit to come back to the show?
Yeah, man. Anytime, man. Anytime.
Okay, so look, before we wrap this up, you got to leave our motherfucking viewers, our little listeners, our readers, our followers. You got to leave them with some kind of social media, something. They digging you right now. My phone blowing up over here. I'm getting a lot of shit going across my screen. They happy for you to show up and be a historian like this, and we thank you. Get the listeners, the viewers, the readers something. Where can they find you at, man? Where can they find some of your books at the children's books, anything?
Well, that's another thing, man. I got a bunch of motivational speeches coming out that before I leave the face of this earth, man, I'm going to leave you guys with so much. I mean, our grandchildren's going to remember Jazzy. I got some motivational speeches. I got some civil rights speeches that's coming out. And I got some gang of children's stories about my grandchildren, about my children that are tatered behind them. And, man, the documentary, man, because the Radiotron and Club Radio saved my life, man. And I feel like people don't like me. I'm going to speak my mind, man. But I got to tell my story about Radiotron because we only have so much. But Club Radio, Ice-T blessed me and let me rock that stage. And then I had the opportunity to be the MC there until it closed down. So, man, thanks for asking me that because I got books and all kind of stuff coming out, man. And you guys been on me because I've been working on this stuff 10, 15, 20 years, man. And I'm finally going to finish it, man. So
Bro,
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all giving me this opportunity, man.
I want to tell you, I love you, brother. If there's anything else anybody want to say to the brother, man, I just want to say thank you for coming through, bro. This was a blessing. We got the hip hop guys. They just gave us a blessing. A couple of bomb radio stations, couple of bomb magazines, couple of bomb. Yeah, they say this has been incredible, boy. They saying thank you. They saying thank you. You know, thank you to them. You know, for stamping it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
that's what humility does for me. You know, and the Wire Entertainment. They said they had the pleasure. You know, I'm having.
Oh yeah, Mario, another one of my,
you know, keeping it real with them. You know, and I appreciate you, bro. I love you. I thank you. We got a few more minutes left, and we gonna send it out with some fly motherfucking commercial breaks right now.
All right. Yeah,
Salute, Jazzy.
Love
bro,
y'all.
love you,
love y'all, man.
Love y'all, bro. Thank you, bro.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, yo, Chocolate, Daddy finna go run some errands. Don't get on that game until you finish your chores, okay?
Okay.
Daddy love you.
Yeah. 30 years. 30 fucking years of West still in effect. From the 80s through the 90s to the thousands to the 10s. New legend lynch mob shit for the 20s, fool. Back up, homie.
Give me smoke. Do it, cuz. Pushing these buttons, writing 30 years or something bumping. No future in your frontin', time to break 'em off something. Prior than all that tough talk, it's a tough walk. I'm a pigeon hawk, watch these niggas squawking, line it chalk. Dudes was paid before receipts was ever made. Limits making lemonade, grade A, beat the shit I made. With this blocker, yep, I rocked her. I beat her shit up, made her
go see the doctor.
Jazzy D, we staking G, my nigga J-Dee. It's crazy what these 30 years made me. We G's on it, lot of prayers, I put my knees on it. Regals with D's on it, love a song with G's on it. I know you're saying this about time I drop rhymes. With this Western Ave flow, you know about mine. So when I hit you, I'ma hit you with a bigger picture.
Yo, I wanna say what's up to my niggas.
I'm a real show shocker in the true hip hopper. You know that I'm rocking the big. What's my real showstoppers and it gets no hotter when you're rocking with some real OG. I'm a real show shocker in the true hip hopper, and you know that I'm rocking the big. What's my real showstoppers and it gets no hotter when you're rocking with some real OG. He was once a loc from around the way. J-Dee.
You niggas got me tangled and twisted like dreadlocks. I ain't born in rubble, bitch, and this ain't bedrock. Blue stamp official, lynch mob mafia. New legend shit, bitch, and ain't nothing stopping us. 30 years ago, you couldn't imagine this taking place. Me and Jazzy D, 30 years later with MCA. I fell in love with this shit up in the 6th grade. Hard-headed nigga with a hustle and a switchblade. Hip-hop guys, bust a nigga with a hot pen. Fuck what you talking about, bitch, we in my top 10. I love them niggas, but I don't love them hoes. I love my bank account with them commas and them O's. I love my wifey, my daughters, my nephew, and my bros. And this hip-hop shit is embedded in my soul.
I'm a real show shocker in the true hip hopper, and you know that I'm rocking the big. What's my real showstoppers and it gets no hotter when you're rocking with some real OG. I'm a real show shocker in the true hip hopper, and you know that I'm rocking the big. What's my real showstoppers and it gets no hotter when you're rocking with some real OG.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Jazzy D. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Jazzy D. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
That's how we do it now.
Daddy back.
J-Dee. Thanks everybody for joining tonight. We want to thank our guest, Jazzy D.
Much love, big bro. Love you, big bro.
That was nice, man. I enjoyed myself.
All right, y'all, we're signing off. We'll leave you with the rest of the video. We're ending the broadcast. We'll see you next week. Follow us on IG so you can find out who's going to be on the show next week.
Much love.